Hi everyone! So welcome back to my channel. I'm Exquisite Beauty MUA and my name is Jen. And today I want to be giving you a educational video on how to do a winged eyeliner. I already did my brows. I did want to start by showing you a little trick before doing my eyeshadow. That way you can kind of stencil out where we're going to put our eyeliner. So I am going to get regular Scotch tape and I'm just going to take off two pieces and I'm going to break them off maybe about an inch and a half, and I'm going to be taking those pieces and I'm just going to be putting that on the back of my hand. And the reason why we want to put that on the back of our hand is because we don't want to put it that way straight onto our eye, because then that causes wrinkle when we're trying to take it off. What I'll do is just put it on my skin, take it off, and do it one more time, and then I will just put it onto my eye. Now I want to put the eyeliner going from the lower lash towards the tip of my brow. What this is going to actually do is, as we're putting our concealer to clean up our brow and then laying down all of the colors for the eyeshadow that we're going to use, once we take this off, I will show you how it looks. So I'm just going to be doing the same with the other side and putting that on the other eye. This one, I did make it a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. And then we want to try to line those up as best as possible, but if you can't, it's okay, because we could always fix that up a little later. So this one is a little higher and we're gonna fix it just like that. Best that I could do right now, because my eyebrows look a little bit different right now, so my eyeliner might look a little different right now, but that's okay because they don't have to be perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna be finishing up my eyes off camera and I will be right back. That way I can show you how we do our winged liner. Okay, so I finished doing my eyes. I used the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, and I just want to show you, as I'm taking off the Scotch tape, what it looks like. So I'm just going to start off by where I can take it off, and I'm going to take it off very slowly so that I am not pulling on my skin, because like I said, this causes wrinkles and we don't want that. You can actually see the line that it formed right here. It's not perfect, but it is an easier step for when we're going to do our eyeliner, just so we can use that as a stencil. Take off the other side. I did get a lot of fallout on this side, but we're going to clean that up now with a makeup wipe. And this side I actually really love. It's actually very straight. So let me just clean up all that fallout that I have with a makeup wipe. And if I actually wanted to make that line a little bit sharper, I can go with my finger under the wipe and try to get it as tightly around my finger as possible and try to straighten out that line a little bit better. Now, I have a couple different products that I use to do my eyeliner. First off, the one that I use all the time, which I find it a little bit easier, is going to be a liquid liner. Now, I've used a couple different ones by E.L.F. I've used one by Inglot. I'm trying to think of any other ones that I've used. They can't come to mind right now, but I use the E.L.F. liquid liner. This is usually at Walmart or Target is where I've seen it the most cost efficient. I think it's like $2 if I'm not mistaken. It's very cheap and it comes in a little bottle like this. Is 0.15 fluid ounces, 4.5 mLs. It's a very fine brush at the end. And I find it that I don't have to really hold my skin as I'm putting the eyeliner, but this is just one of the products that you can use to actually do your eyeliner. Now, I didn't start off this way. I actually started off by using a gel pot, and I just recently received one in my BoxyCharms. If you've seen one of my past videos, it is a little pot, and this is it right there. I use one of the Aesthetica detailed brushes. It looks like that, and I'm going to be showing you on one eye how I do it with the liquid liner, and then on the other eye how I would do it with the gel pot. I'm going to be zooming you in, that way you can get a better look at what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be doing my left eye first, and I am going to be using my liquid liner from E.L.F. And just so I can show you what it is that I actually do, when I get the product, I actually clean it off on the edges so that I'm not getting too much, because it's better to have a little bit to start off with and then work your way in if you do want it to have more pigment. So I usually start off in the middle, and let's just start off by streaking out. And it is a process, so you just want to take your time. I can't really talk and do my eyeliner at the same time because I try not to even breathe when I'm doing it, just so I can try to get them to look as similar as possible. I will just continue my way out, and then once I see that I've gotten towards the edge, I usually don't have too much product at the end of it, which is great because what I want to do with this is create the line that's going from my lower lash out. And how far out you want it to go is really personal preference. So that's really up to you. If you want a small wing, if you want a long wing, dramatic, that is really up to you. So as you can see, I don't have too much product on my brush. So what I will essentially want to do is go from my lower lash and try to stencil out where I did my eyeshadow. Do is go back to the bottle and just grab what's on the top of the bottle, not going all the way in. So essentially this is what you'd want. I did put a little bit too much product on there, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna start off maybe right here and then go back towards that eye. To essentially do that and connect it. And now what I'm going to do is work towards the inner part of my eye. Same thing, I'm just going towards the top of the bottle. I am not putting it all the way in because I want to have as little product as possible on my brush. Next, what I like to do is, you see as I'm closing my eye, and you can actually tell that this part is a little bit higher than the rest of my eyes. Now, sometimes I will leave it alone just like that because when I do have my eye open, it looks pretty. Let me just fill in that outer part. Let me fill it in with some of that liquid product. Now, at this point, I will put it in all the way because what I really want to do is just fill in that portion. It doesn't matter how much product you have here at this point. Now you see how I just messed up? It's okay because what we can do is actually connect that in a little bit better, but I guess you should be careful with this step. You just don't want to get a little too crazy filling it in. You do want to be a little bit cautious so that things like that don't happen. Everything is trial and error. If it doesn't work or you don't like it, you know what? You just wipe it away and you start over. It's okay. And what you could do is that at night when you're getting ready to go to bed or you just have some free time, just try doing on your wing liner. You don't necessarily have to do a eye look with it. Just try it on your bare eyes. See if you can practice it. See how it comes out. You don't like it, boom, makeup wipe it away and just start again. And that's how you do it. Practice literally makes perfect because the more you practice it, the more you see your trials and errors. You're like, okay, so I can't do it this way because it doesn't really work that way for me. Everybody's different, so things are going to be working a little bit differently for everyone. So let me see if I can salvage that little edge. salvage. It did okay and salvaged it a little bit. And what's very good if you want to do that little tip of the corner, you want to have barely any product on your brush. What I tend to do is that when I want that to happen, I will start on the inside, and if I do have some product, I will try to wipe it in here. And then when I know that I don't have that much product left, what I'll do is just try to raise up the brush and just lift it. So as I'm doing that little flick at the end, I'm just raising it up. I think that looks pretty good. I am going to be trying to do it with the other side. Let's see if we can make them look similar today. What I'm going to be doing is taking that Aesthetica detailed brush and just with the tip of the brush, getting a small amount of product. Now, I've only used this a few times since I did receive it because every time that I say, okay, I'm going to use it, I'm in a rush, I'm trying to leave out of the house, and I can't. What you always want to do with your gel pots is when you are trying to do your eyeliner, try to keep it closed as much as possible. I know when you're doing your eyeliner, you kind of want to dip back in and use it, but it's best to keep it closed because that way it doesn't dry out and your eyeliner pot will last as long as possible. Another trick that I've used, because I used to use gel pots all the time when I first started doing my makeup. Now, what I used to use when it would dry out was a beauty olive oil, and I would just drop maybe 1 or 2 drops in it and kind of mix it in a little bit with my brush or my finger, and then use that, and it would kind of bring the gel pot back to life. Same concept, we want to start in the middle of our eye and then work our way out. I am a little bit out of practice with these gel pots, but I want to show you that it's basically the same thing. It's just a little bit different because you're dipping it into a little gel pot. So since this gel is still new, it's very easy to maneuver, and it always usually is when you first receive it, but as long as you take care of it, it will work very well. So I think that looks really good. I did a really good job on it. I don't want to mess with it too much because I do not want to mess it up. I'm like, yeah, it looks good. Let me just fix this little bit, and I end up messing it up. So I'm just going to go back with that liquid liner, see if I can fix the top. Hopefully I don't mess it up. I think I want to leave it like that because I do not want to mess my eyeliner up. There are a couple more tricks that I use when I mess up my eyeliner. Let's say you do something at the bottom that you really don't like. I tend to do my eyes before I do my face because, as you saw, I had a lot of fallout on my skin when I was doing my eyeshadow. So for that reason, I will do my eyes before I do the rest of my face. Now, for those of you who do your eyes before your face, it's great because if you need to fix your eyeliner, I have some makeup remover in this bottle over here. Usually, I will try to find a very nice defined brush. Sometimes I will use my Morphe 508, which I use to highlight my brow sometimes as well. But when I need to clean up my eyeliner, if it's something that I don't like or a line that just didn't come out the way I wanted to, I will just use this and take a little bit of makeup makeup remover and I will dip this in there. That is what the tip of the brush looks like. And then what I will do is where I want to clean it up, I will go with a very light hand and just start cleaning it up ever so slightly. Another one is just like we did with our makeup wipe. You want to put it tightly around our finger, and then what you want to do with this is clean up the same area, but you have to have it really tight and try to use your nail if you have one, and then just the same way you want to clean it up wherever it is that you want to. Now the last trick that I have to clean up your eyeliner is for people who do like to do their face first and then their eyes. Using that same Morphe 508 brush, you want to grab any concealer. I want to use my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I want to try to take off as much product as possible. So I already have my face makeup done. I don't want to go back and take it off and then try to fix it. I already have it done. So with that same Morphe 508 brush, I'm going to go onto the tip of the concealer. You just grab a little bit on the tip of your brush. Now, depending on where you want to fix it on your eye. And then the same thing applies like we did with the makeup remover. You just want to put this wherever it is that you want to clean up the area. And that's just going to work the same way as the makeup remover. So that's pretty much it. Let me finish doing the rest of my eyes and I will be right back. Okay, so that wraps it up for today. I hope that you did enjoy this video and that I was able to teach you a thing or two on how to do your winged liner. I showed you some tips and tricks on how to clean up if you did mess up or you just didn't like the way it looked. And remember, just they're never gonna be perfect. Everybody has their good days, their bad days. Today, luckily, as I'm recording this, they came out pretty similar. They still have a little bit of differences. You want to do your winged liner. Remember, the more you practice, the more that you're going to be able to learn. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember, leave it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, then do so. And remember, always be thankful, always be grateful, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, bye.